Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Prime Time Wrestling. This is Jack Reynolds along with Jesse the Body Ventura, and I have to ask you before we get going, what is that you are wearing on our program this week?
Well, Jack, I'll tell you in just a second. But the first thing, I got to ask you something.
All right, okay.
Fair is fair, right?
Fair is fair, right?
How come you wear the same tuxedo every week out
No,
there
no.
with me?
Oh, no. This is a different tuxedo.
Looks the same to me.
No, it's a different tuxedo.
Any ring around the collar on
No
there?
ring around the collar.
All right. Now, I'll tell you what this is, Jack. In all sincerity, this is the Manhattan golf hat.
Manhattan golf hat?
That's right. When Jesse the Body goes to Manhattan, he plays 18 holes in Central Park. And this is my golf hat.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There is no golf course in Central Park.
Have you walked the whole thing?
Yes.
You've walked all through Central Park?
Yes, from time to time.
I don't believe that for a minute.
I've even been in a carriage ride.
You'd have got mugged if you'd have went through the whole Central
They
Park.
tried, but they couldn't succeed.
Let's get down to wrestling,
all right.
Jack.
Coming up on Primetime Wrestling this week, we'll have Jose Luis Rivera against no stranger to you, Playboy Buddy Rose.
That's right. Playboy Buddy Rose and myself, we're tag team partners real early in our career out in a place called Portland, Oregon, if you've ever heard of that.
Also seeing action will be Ken Patera. In the main event on our program this week, JYD Junkyard Dog against Paul Orndorff. We'll get on with the action right after we take this time out. Most exciting bout on this week's program will be Jose Luis Rivera, the Puerto Rican star, against Playboy Buddy Rose, who, as I mentioned, is no stranger to Jesse the Body Ventura.
Well, let me say a quick word about the Playboy Buddy Rose. He's one of these people that may not look in tip-top shape, but yet can maintain it when he has to.
All right, we're going to pick up the bout in action, already in progress. Playboy Buddy Rose and Jose Luis Rivera.
You can see that Mr. Rivera is somewhat upset, but now we're finding out
he
here
walked
that...
right into a boot there
Yes.
unexpectedly, and now Rose seems to be getting serious now as he pounds Rivera's head into the turnbuckle. There he goes, sending him out between the top and second rope, and Rivera out on the arena floor, and Rose right out after him. Look out, not into the post. Yes, right into the iron railing, but luckily not face first.
I think Rivera kind of telegraphed to a point the move of Buddy Rose, because had he not, it could have been a lot worse than he got just now.
Well, Rivera's in good shape, and I'm sure he'll be back in without any problem whatsoever.
Oh.
Clotheslined him over that top rope. That didn't help him get in any. Now he once again out onto the hard ice-covered floor here in the Meadowlands. And Rose now seriously going to work on Jose Luis Rivera.
Give Rivera credit, Gorilla, because he's coming right back. He's a gamer.
Oh, he's not a quitter by a long shot.
No.
You got a nice block by Rivera and a big right hand. That'll drive him back, and another. Wow, shoulder block from the inside as Rose stopped that vicious thundering moves of Jose Luis Rivera by those big right hands, but Luis is still out there on the apron. There we go.
Mr. Rose very courteous.
Side headlock now as Rose goes for the ride. Nice shoulder block. Back down in front, over the top, and over the top once more. Look out. Nice arm drag. Takes Rose over easily with the momentum going. And Jose Luis now in control. How quick the tide can turn.
Absolutely. As I said, Mr. Rivera just happened to get right back into the ring and got his stuff together and surprised Buddy Rose. Perhaps we are seeing a change of the match.
Well, he did a kip up. I saw it. Nice arm stretcher now by Jose Luis. Quick 2 count. Might have been able to get a 3 count there. That arm came up kind of late. Of course, from our vantage point, our camera shot, we couldn't really tell, but the hand seemed to come up there awful late.
Well, he got up that time. The referee is very much on the ball, particularly in this bout. When that shoulder, the split second it hits the mat, he counts.
Jose Luis with the arm stretcher, trying to gain some momentum. A hold from the past appears as the World Wrestling Federation continues to bring you the best in professional wrestling. Now he's trying to reach over and grab the ropes. He's trying to get a pin out of this thing, but there's no way. Come on, ref, give me a break. Take a look.
You know,
There we
Gorilla.
go.
You know, Gorilla. Playboy Buddy
Well,
Rose.
big mistake.
Playboy Buddy Rose, despite his disadvantage right now, he leads the good life, as you know. He is a man of Lear jets, claims to be born with the proverbial silver spoon in his mouth. Diamonds are forever, I guess, with Mr. Rose, and he really puts down the fans. He calls them 9 to 5 humanoids, which does not get the fans too in awe with him.
Absolutely not. Of course not. Rivera back to work on that arm again, and I didn't like the move by Gil Roman. His job is to count to break a hole. Buddy Rose had a hold of the ropes. He reached up and kicked his hand off. That is not the job of the referee. Referee's job is to officiate by counting, not to touch a wrestler, and vice versa. Wrestlers are not to touch the officials or the referees. Gilberto knows better than that. Thankless job refereeing, Howard. You know, but some things are sort of etched in stone, and that's one of them.
Oh, for sure. The referee.
Rivera for the ride. Nice shoulder block as down goes Rose. Back off again over the top. Nice leapfrog. Wow, ran right into that flying elbow. And Rose, look at his kip up. Wow, he almost made it. Right hand had to drop down to the mat. That did not impress me. Still stays on top of Rivera with a boot to the back of the head. If you're going to do those things, you can't do them clean. Don't do them, buddy. Give me a break. Now, deliberate choke over the top rope. No need to admonish the man. Their job is to count at that point. Rose able to take advantage of every break you can by using the ring to your advantage because he knows them all. And he will. Wow, what a chop.
He's very crafty, Gorilla. When that count goes on, when he's to break the hold, he'll take every advantage, as you say, right to the very split second of disqualification. He knows, he feels, he senses.
You know, he's been in that ring a number of years and knows how to maneuver, use the ring to his advantage. And right now he's given a workout. The young Jose Luis Rivera with a head into the turnbuckle. Now he takes him over to the other side and whacks him in there. Is he going to go all the way around the ring with him? Certainly appears that way.
He's got 3.
Oh, nice block by Luis. And there goes Rose's head into the top turnbuckle. He didn't like that. And now Rivera's going to take him around the ring. Rose getting pummeled from one corner to the other and now down and looking for a timeout.
Rivera is not stopping. He knows now. He can sense something is happening for him, and Buddy Rose is in a lot of trouble.
Going Rose to the turnbuckle hard and out right into a big, beautiful backdrop. That'll take the starch out of you in a hurry. He's backing up now. That'll knock the wind out of you in a hurry, but Jose Luis right on top of the situation sends him in again. Look out. He went hard into that top turnbuckle, and nobody was home. Rose saw that coming, split-second timing, got him out of there. Might be the beginning of the end. Look out, reverse neck breaker.
This could be what Buddy Rose has been bragging about, Gorilla. He said he had a surprise earlier tonight.
Oh, there it is.
The Las Vegas jackpot, he
Set
calls
him up with a jackpot. The front face lock, driving the head down into the shoulders. Good night.
Playboy Buddy Rose, what in the world is a jackpot, Las Vegas jackpot?
I don't know. That's something new Playboy Buddy Rose has come up with. But let me tell you a quick story, Jack, if you'd like to hear one.
Yes, I would.
Buddy
Yes,
Rose.
why not?
I witnessed this. I was an eyewitness one morning. You see, Buddy Rose has his own unique diet of nutrition. And I witnessed Playboy Buddy Rose one day eat 6 bear claws in the morning and a quart of chocolate milk and then play basketball all afternoon.
6 bear claws.
You ever
and
see what a bear claw is?
Yes,
Oh.
yes, I have.
But Buddy has his own nutritional values, I guess.
Wow. All right, coming up, we're going to have luscious Johnny Valiant going against Steve Lombardi. Now, normally, Johnny Valiant is the manager, the mouthpiece for some of the great stars of the World Wrestling Federation. But Johnny will be seeing action on this week's program. And we'll get to luscious Johnny Valiant and Steve Lombardi right after we take this time out. Managers in the world of professional wrestling, Johnny Valiant has to rate among one of the best.
Well, let me tell you, Johnny Valiant is an accomplished wrestler, too, and you find that most managers in wrestling at one time or other also wrestled. That's how they know about it.
I've had the opportunity of watching Johnny Valiant in action in the ring, outside of the ring as well, and I'll tell you, Johnny is someone to be reckoned with. Right now, Let's go up to the ring and get the introduction to our next bout with luscious Johnny Valiant.
Introducing in the corner to my right, hailing from Brooklyn, New York, weighing 247 pounds, Steve Lombardi.
There he is.
Opponent just entering the ring from New York City, weighing 235 pounds, luscious Johnny Valiant.
Is he luscious, Howard, or is he luscious?
To himself, he is.
I love it.
He's in love with himself, Gorilla.
Oh, my God. Well, I think he's in love with the beefcake as well.
Well, he's certainly guiding the virtues of Brutus Beefcake, and if memory serves me well, and I'm sure you, Johnny Valiant is indeed a competent wrestler.
Oh, very well. Has a very impressive background in professional wrestling and held some numerous titles over the years, and really doesn't have to take a back seat to anybody.
And we were talking about Playboy Buddy Rose earlier with the weight. On the opposite, I remember Johnny Valiant 5, 6, 7 years ago weighing close to the 265, 270 pound mark.
Absolutely.
Here's
25 or 30 pounds heavier.
Exactly. Here's a man that's believed in conditioning now. Here's a man that's taken 30 pounds off. He must work out with Brutus Beefcake.
Probably does. And if you take a look at Brutus, you know he spends a great deal of time in the gymnasium. Steve Lombardi from the Bronx, trying to make a name for himself in the World Wrestling Federation. Nice side mare. Takes him over. Look at that. Nice quickness. Very, very quick.
Again, Steve Lombardi is the type of an individual that does not get into the ring just because he wants to take punishment or what have you. He wants to make a name for himself. And again, give credit where credit is due to Steve Lombardi. He signs against only the top competition. And Johnny Valiant is a seasoned pro, and as of right now, Mr. Valiant's giving Lombardi a little bit of a lesson.
Oh, I'm sure he will. Steve, wow, hard, right out and onto the hard ice-covered floor here in the Meadowlands. Steve Lombardi getting an education at the hands of the luscious one, Johnny Valiant. What's he going to do? Drop an elbow on him here? Yes!
Can you depict, if our cameras can get a shot in a little bit, what's on the back of his trunks? He has something in New York.
New York. The Big Apple. Lovely get counted out right out of the ring here and right out of the match. He did not break the count. He only stepped up to the apron. Luscious one now looking to ram young Steve Lombardi into something. Wow, right into the wooden steps, right into the top railing of it.
That has
And
got
the referee was up to, I don't know how many there. I'm sure he could have counted one or both of these individuals out of here. Coming up on the apron does not constitute a break in the count.
It's an aggressive Johnny Valiant. Johnny, I've never seen Johnny this way.
Well, I don't think he wants to give young Steve a chance, because certainly wouldn't look good in the record books to have a loss in your column against the hands of a Steve Lombardi, who, don't misunderstand me, is an up-and-coming wrestler and is going to make a name for himself in the world of professional wrestling right here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Not disagreeing with you, Gorilla. On the contrary, should Steve Lombardi come up with what I would call an upset win, the record book still would be rolling. It would go in the record book.
Absolutely. Lombardi now, as he dragged the luscious one out, tried to slam him, but Valiant too smart for that. Just eye gougement. Now look, wow, he hit hard. Nothing there to cushion the floor, cushion the blow on that one.
Even though it's outside of the ring, that's the difference between a veteran and a youngster.
Well, you can't make a mistake out there. He's going to whip him now right in. Wow, backwards right into the steel apron of the ring. Luscious Johnny Valiant pulling out all the stops here and really giving a going over to young Steve Lombardi. Referee Dick Kroll having his hands full with control. Dick Kroll with control.
It rhymes. Dick is one of the more competent referees within the World Wrestling Federation, and he's the type of an individual that's not going to take anything from anybody.
Well, that's right there is a good picture of how you start with kidney problems.
Oh.
Getting rammed into that steel railing that surrounds the entire ring, that the whole ring is actually built upon. Now he's got him draped up. Big right hand to the chest and sternum area. Is Lombardi taking the beating here?
Earlier this evening, Johnny Valiant was mentioning to us the fact that a lot of people think he didn't feel like putting the tights on anymore, that he was all through, that he was going to concentrate primarily as a manager.
Are you saying that he said that?
This is what Johnny said. You know, public opinion. People were saying that Johnny Valiant was all done as a wrestler. And Johnny told us that when he came into the ring tonight, he was going to show everybody that he was far from being through as a wrestler, and so far he's proven it.
Well, to the best of my knowledge, he has an open contract with the World Wrestling Federation that his signature is on, and you know, it's not beyond him to meet anyone. When you have enough confidence in yourself to have an open contract, you better know what you're doing out there. And he certainly does, as he's putting the boots now to young Steve Lombardi and really giving him a going over. Lombardi now for the ride, whipped in. Big backdrop. Wow, on those already injured kidneys and lower lumbar area of the back. Steve Lombardi will have trouble getting up out of the sack tomorrow morning. Oh, nice reversal by Steve as the luscious one goes into the corner. But Steve, with that lack of experience, wasn't right there to back it up immediately. Some nice forearms. A Beal out of the corner by Lombardi. Valiant now putting his hand out. He really doesn't. He's trying to sucker him into something here. He doesn't need a timeout.
Cagey, to say the least, Gorilla.
Missed the big right hand. Lombardi up for the slam. Just got him over. That back's got to be hurting him. He just about had enough strength. Drop kick. Caught him in the shoulder area. I'm surprised Lombardi's got this much left.
Not too much, though.
Valiant for the right. Wow, another
there you
drop
go.
kick, but too obvious. Telegraphed that move, and the luscious one just held on to the ropes and backed away, and nowhere for Steve to go but down. Once again, luscious Johnny Valiant in control. And look at the difference in those slams, how he just drove Lombardi down into the ring canvas, and when Lombardi slammed him, he just about got him turned over.
Valiant seems to be getting stronger.
Yes, it happens. He didn't want to count him down there. He pulled his hair. Wants to punish him some more, I guess. Very sadistic individual.
Very sadistic, a masochistic attitude, suffice to say.
Look at this. Oh, wow. Just slingshot him right off that top rope. Was choking him over the top. When the count got close, he just slingshotted him once again. Back hard on that already injured back area. Knee right to the lower abdomen. Sent Lombardi right over 360 degrees.
Johnny Valiant literally is enjoying this matchup with Steve Lombardi, Gorilla.
Well, he certainly is. He's having a good time out there, I can guarantee you that. Once again, drapes him over that top rope using the leverage. Slingshot again. Yes. Wow. Imagine the momentum, the force coming off of there. Straight back. There's nothing there to break your fall, and you're already suffering because he's already done so much work on your lower back area and kidneys. Lombardi might wish he was back in the Bronx.
I get the impression that Johnny Valiant can just put Steve Lombardi away anytime he wants.
Oh, he's having a good time.
Oh, sure.
At the expense of Steve Lombardi. Just picked him up in a slam position and clotheslined him right over that top rope, and that's about the 6th or 7th slam. Look at this elbow now. Wow. Down for the cover. It's all over.
That's it. No doubt who the winner is in this bout, Gorilla.
Absolutely not.
Luscious Johnny Valiant, not only a fine manager, but I tell you, John impressed me in the ring, Jesse.
Well, I'll tell you what, John Valiant showed me he looks in terrific condition, and as Gorilla Monsoon and Howard Finkel referred to, I think he must be training with his man Brutus Beefcake, because it's the best I've seen Johnny Valiant look physical in a long while.
You know, you had mentioned earlier, you were talking about the appetite of Playboy Buddy Rose. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Luscious Johnny Valiant takes no back seat to anyone when it comes to sitting down at the table. Unbelievable. Got a great appetite. Coming up on Primetime Wrestling, Gene Okerlund will be talking to the World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion, Hulk Hogan.
I'm interested to see what the
Yes,
chump
you
has
should
to
be
say.
interested. You should be interested with what the World Wrestling Federation champion has to say. We'll get to our interview with a part of the program that I know that Jesse the Body Ventura has been waiting for, and that'll be a special interview with the World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion, the one and only Hulk Hogan.
Well, I'm interested, real interested to see what the chump Hogan's got to say. I'm interested to see if he still tracks of the American chicken. He's been running and ducking me for a long time, Jack Reynolds, and someday he's going to have to show down.
All right, Mean Gene standing by with Hulk Hogan.
I can assure you of the fact that the World Wrestling Federation continues to present the ultimate in professional wrestling talent. When professional wrestlers arrive on the scene of the World Wrestling Federation, they have reached the zenith. It is the mecca of professional wrestling. not only in the United States, but also in Canada, Mexico, throughout North America, South America, actually all four corners of the globe. The greatest international stars are right here. You're going to be seeing them on a weekly basis on this television program from the World Wrestling Federation. When we talk about the biggest, when we talk about the best, we've got to talk about the World Wrestling Federation's heavyweight champ. Very, very popular wherever this man travels on an international basis. And certainly in this great land of ours, Hulk Hogan's popularity second to none. And Hulk, the challengers continue to line up repeatedly week in and week out, and they've all got eyes for the title belt that you currently hold.
You know, Mean Gene, you sure tell it like it is, man. From Europe, Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctic, and all points in between. You know, the WWF has got the toughest, the roughest and toughest competition I've ever faced. But one thing's different now, Mean Gene. Since January 23rd, when I won the WWF title, the real world's title, everything's kind of changed. All these big, tough competitors, once they get in the ring with you, man, they want what's at the top of the mountain, and that's this belt of mine. This belt that I have right here changes people's M.O. Sometimes, instead of going out there with a guy that I've watched time and time on the tapes, instead of that very same move or something that he might be able to get out of, just because he wants this belt so bad, his whole M.O. will change, and he'll take a cheap shot at you. He'll do anything he could to get his hands on this world title.
Well, with the stakes being as high as they are, Hulk, I'm certain you're going to be attacked from all sides with, yes, a different M.O., a different modus operandi, if you will, by these various challengers.
And because of these things, Means Gene, I found out what I have to do, you know? I thought I was going to play it by the rules, prove my supremacy by getting out there and wrestling and using raw bone power from the 24-inch pythons, but it don't work that way. Now that I've had the belt for a long time, I realize every time I step in the combat zone, no matter who it is, a wrestler, a brawler, or somebody who's just swerved his way to the top, I know that I'm in for a war. So when I step in the ring, man, I got one heck of a psych on. And what's so funny about the whole thing, it rubs off, man. Because Hulkamania is running wild all over the world. And every time I step in the ring, it's like there's 1,000 people stepping in there with me. 1,000 Hulkamaniacs. And it kind of puts the odds in my favor. So if one of these big bad dudes decides to take a shortcut, I just might press him over my head like I did that little skinny Sylvester Stallone and throw him right out on his noggin at about the 15th row. But whatever it is, I'm a fighting champion. I'm going to stand behind this belt. And Hulkamania is running wild. And they'd have to beat me, tie me down, and run me over 1,000,000 times to take this belt away from me. But it's not going to happen because Hulkamania is running wild.
I thank you, heavyweight champion, Hulk Hogan.
I don't know why. I'm sitting here, I'm watching this interview, I'm listening to it, and for some reason, I feel that Hulk Hogan was talking to you, Jesse the Body Ventura.
You think so?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you something, Jack. I'm going to prove something to you, and I'm going to prove something to the world. And that is real simple, directed at the incredible Chump Hogan. I'm going to do something. I'm not going to chase the Chump Hogan anymore. I'm going to do something that is going to cause Chump Hogan, the champion, to come looking for a challenger. That'll be a first in wrestling, to see a champion come after a challenger.
All right, in other words, you're not going to be looking for him. He's going to be looking for you.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just get, listening to that interview, listening to Hulk Hogan, it seemed that he was talking directly to you.
He'll be looking for
We'll be back with more right after we take this commercial break. Professional football players turn to professional wrestling as a means of earning an income, earning a living, supporting their family when their playing days are over. George Wells has done just that. Jesse, what do you know about George Wells?
Well, I'll tell you this. It's not necessarily that their playing days are over. It's just that there's a lot of cheapskate owners in professional football, and you can make more money wrestling. What do I know about George Wells? The man played a couple years for the Oakland Raiders and a couple years of Canadian football.
All right, let's join the match in progress. George Wells and Charlie Fulton.
Got the upper body power to power out of it. Regardless. Wow, Charlie sends him for a ride out through the second rope onto the arena floor. We don't know what shape he's in because we can't see him yet. He's still, oh, there's an arm. He's all right, he's coming up.
But very, very slowly. I think he felt it when he went out there on that
sure
concrete
he did.
floor.
There's nothing down there. Boy, I wish I had a dime for every time I did that. Might have been able to retire sooner now. Charlie now not letting Wells. Wow, as a right-handed slowed him down a little bit, but wasn't that all that much behind it. Fulton has gotten with somebody and learned how to throw that forearm very effectively. I'd like to know who it was, because you don't pick that up standing on a corner waiting for the bus.
He's not giving George Wells a split second. Now he lets Wells come in the ring and he puts him in a snapmare.
Dropped that. Well, he tried to drop that elbow right on the sternum, where now he's got it locked again, but he still couldn't manage to hold him down. Wells got too much power left at this point. Reverse chin lock, but look at how George is turning into that to alleviate the effect of that hold immediately. Wells now sucking for some air. It doesn't take much in a jam-packed arena like the Meadowlands here to run out of gas in a hurry, Howard.
Oh, with the assemblage here, the body heat that it generates, there's not much room for oxygen in that squared circle.
I know years ago I thought I was in great shape, running 5 miles a day and working out constantly, and got in Madison Square Garden and ran out of gas in 2 minutes. It happens.
I guess it can.
Absolutely. Fulton now with a reverse chin lock as he's got Wells down on the canvas, taking advantage of the situation. I thought Wells was going to come out here. Boy, he really impressed me, and I thought he was going to come out and put Charlie away in a hurry.
Well, he started out like just a hellifier, and then all of a sudden Charlie Fulton, the veteran campaigner that we know, just took it to him, and now it's pretty much back to rock bottom right now.
Yes, it is. It's even Steven as far as I'm concerned. The point basis right now, it's even Steven. But Wells got up now, alleviated that pressure from that reverse chin lock. Just trying to get something going here. Getting the motor wound up. Right and the left. Fulton now for the ride hard into the corner. Wow, George came in 100 miles an hour and ran right into that elbow. Fulton once again showing us his ring experience.
Well, he's cagey, there's no doubt about it.
Now, Charlie's record is not all that impressive, but you can't help but learn even when you get beat.
For sure.
Leg drop right across the throat, and Chin down for the cover. He could have him here. No, last minute kick out. Very close to it. Had to be 2 3/4. And Fulton right back to the reverse chin lock. Wow, was that close? Huh. He's saying no, he doesn't want to submit. It's not a submission hold, really. It's a control hold. Spin around. That's a nice spin around. That's really the way to get out of there. He could have done a sit out and turn in too, would have got him out, but got to get to his feet. That's the key. Referee right on top of the situation, looking for the possible choke, but there's no way he can choke him now from that position. Big right hand got him out of there. Look at the gigantic crowd here in the Meadowlands Arena, as professional wrestling, as only the World Wrestling Federation can bring it to you, is the hottest ticket in town, folks. Wells now coming to life with a couple of big rights. Wham! Right into that top turnbuckle goes Charlie Fulton, and that'll give you a negative attitude. Wells now sets Fulton up. Here he goes for the ride. Big right hand right to the lower abdomen. Fulton says, wait a minute, let's talk about this.
He wants timeout.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to get it. The crowd is urging George Wells on, saying, don't listen to him. And Wells doesn't.
No. Well, he gave him a little breather there. Nice boot there, right under the chin. Knee to the chest area. He won't get him. Can't beat a Charlie Fulton with that kind of a cover in my book. Side headlock now by Wells. Fulton picks him up, but Wells hangs on, takes him right over. Nicely done. Handful of hair got Fulton out. Deliberate choke now to the blind side of the referee. Go on the other side, Gil. See what's going on.
He wants to count Wells. He's looking for shoulders. He doesn't see that the choke is being administered by Fulton.
Well, when you're an experienced referee and a guy takes shoulder like that, you got to look for those things. It's a deliberate, blatant choke hold.
He's found it. Took Mr. Roman a little bit, didn't it?
Yes, it did, unfortunately. Unfortunately for Wells. And he's still choking. Come on, Gil. Take a ride on the other side. That's it. Take a trip over there.
Charlie Fulton trying to win at any cost. The shortcut method, perhaps.
Well, it's the name of the game. Win. Knee will get him out of there. Do you believe what Ken Patera had on his T-shirt? Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
If he believes in that, I feel sorry for him.
Former Olympian, what an example he's setting for the youth of America.
Downhill.
Look out! Big right hand by Wells as he's on the wall. Look at this football block. Down goes Charlie Fulton. Wells down for another one. Wow, he got right underneath him on that one. Wells digging down for something inside. Got something going. Off the ropes. Wow, flying head and shoulder block. Down for the cover. He's going to get him. He got him.
In a fury. 3 consecutive blocks, and that is it for Charlie Fulton.
Let's go back and take a look at Wells as he exploded. Look at this now. He just exploded here and sets up Charlie Fulton tremendously. Charlie into the ropes, and here comes Wells. Flying. Wow. What a shot. Down he went. Down for the cover. You could have counted to 10.
Oh, what a tremendous maneuver in there by George Wells. A young man who had the opportunity of playing professional football decided, this is not for me. I'm gonna become a professional wrestler, and he's doing quite well.
Well, you could definitely see George Wells' football background and how he beat Charlie Fulton. But I'll tell you deep down what it is for a lot of people, why they will choose wrestling over football. I'll tell you why. It's real simple. In wrestling, it's you against an opponent, and you don't have to rely on 10 other teammates, whether win or lose. You only have yourself to blame if you win or lose, where in football, you can always find someone else to blame. You know,
Always
whether
find
you win or
somebody else
lose,
to blame.
because there's 11 other people involved.
It's true. All right. Coming up, strongman Ken Patera, who was a gold medal winner in the Olympics back in 1972, and his opponent will be Jim Powers out of New York City. Should be an exciting match, and we'll have that match for you right after we take this time out. Jim Powers. I've had the opportunity, Jesse, of watching young Jim Powers in action. Very impressed with Powers in the ring.
Well, I'll tell you something. He's going to have his hands full, because Kenny Patera not only has strength, but he's also a real mean dude. Real mean.
Truly one of the great strong giants in the world of professional wrestling. All right, right now, let's go up to the ring and the introductions to our next exciting bout.
Wrestling fans, the following contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing in the ring at this time from New York City, weighing 235 pounds, Jim Powers. And his opponent, hailing from Portland, Oregon, weighing 267 pounds, Olympic strongman Ken Patera.
The big boos go out for Kenny Patera, and he gives thumbs down to the ringsiders. What an example this guy could have set, Howard, for the youth of America should he have gone on the straight and narrow.
It would have been very, very impressive, Gorilla. However, Mr. Patera, probably greedy, saw money, saw the limelight, listened to people, and he went down the wrong path.
Well, but he could have had the money and the limelight in the other direction as well. In my opinion, anyway. You know, it had to be within him to begin with. Otherwise, he never would have got to where he is today.
Well, he continues his trek now. As most everyone knows, Mr. Patera is managed currently by Bobby the Brain Heenan, and Mr. Heenan's stable continue to grow and leaps and bounds.
Absolutely. Patera now enraging the ringsiders and vice versa as he starts to disrobe that $3,000 plus outfit that he's got on. Boy, he's got some beauties too, and are they heavy?
Well, Jim Powers is in for a test tonight. Jim Powers actually is going to have the biggest test of his young wrestling career. Ken Patera, the Olympic strongman, Pan American medal winner, Olympic medal winner, professional wrestler extraordinaire. Jim Powers had better have his I's dotted and his T's crossed, because once he locks up with Ken Patera,
absolutely.
he's going
And,
to learn
you know, a
something
guy
tonight.
like Powers could have his career terminated right here this week, dealing with the likes of a Ken Patera. And should he slap that swinging full Nelson on you, good night. I mean, he could literally, this could be the final match for Jim Powers.
Exactly.
Of his young career.
Jim Powers has only had maybe a couple of dozen matches under his wing. Dick Worley saying that if Patera doesn't stop what he's doing, Mr. Powers is going to be given the match on a disqualification, perhaps.
Well, if that occurred, you might see Dick Worley in the swinging full Nelson.
As I was saying about Jim Powers, he has about 24 professional matches under his belt so far, and he's another one that's gaining in experience, slow but sure. This obviously is going to be, as I mentioned earlier, the toughest test he's had so far.
Well, you know, Howard, the viewers at home are sitting there thinking to themselves, why does a guy like Jim Powers sign a contract to meet a guy like Ken Patera? Well, that's the only way for a guy like Jim Powers to make something of himself in the World Wrestling Federation and in the sport of wrestling per se. To get a guy like Kenny Patera, on any given night, anyone can win. Ken Patera makes a mistake, could cost him a match. He's liable to get hurt in there, tear a leg muscle out or a knee muscle or shoulder or whatever, and young Powers could win on an injury. You never know, those things could all happen. And boy, that would just skyrocket his career. Powers would be, his name would be all over the wrestling world within 24 hours.
He would certainly put his name on the map.
This program is authorized by Madison Square Garden Productions, Incorporated, solely for the entertainment of our audience. And any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, description, and accounts of this event, including the imposition of a charge for viewing the program, without the express written consent of Madison Square Garden Productions, Incorporated, is prohibited. And by the way, the announcers on this telecast were selected by Madison Square Garden Productions, Incorporated.
Pleasure to be here. Did you see just a few moments ago the tremendous strength that Ken Patera possessed? He literally threw Jim Powers halfway across the ring.
You don't have to tell me about Ken Patera's strength, how he literally sealed the casket on my career a number of years ago. In fact, at one point I stated publicly in a column I was writing at that time in a newspaper that if I did not beat Patera, I would retire, and I'm retired, Howard.
Let me ask you something. Did you have the opportunity to wrestle Ken Patera when he first came into the WWF? Because remember, he weighs 267 pounds right now, and he is streamlined and trim. When he first entered the WWF, he was close to the 300-pound mark. How did you find Ken Patera at 300 pounds against Ken Patera, the 265-pounder?
Well, the power aspect of it is awesome when Ken adds that extra 50 pounds of weight. It's just 50 pounds more of power per se that he has. At this body weight, Ken is stronger than 99 out of 100 other individuals. But at one time, he was close to 310 or 315, and the power was just unbelievable. You can't explain it. You have to be able to feel it. And the only way you can do that is to be in a ring with a guy, and I don't advise that for too many people.
Well, Ken recognizes himself as one of the strongest men in the world today. When you say as one of the, he gets upset and he says, I am the strongest man. And one thing that I'll never forget happened, some 7-8 years ago in New Haven, Connecticut. Kenny was involved in a lot of people thought it was a stunt, but it was an actuality. He literally stopped a pickup truck with his body weight.
With his legs,
He was pressed against the wall, the truck came, and he stopped it.
Jimmy Powers coming to life. Got Patera pinned in the corner, but look at that experienced move there. Oh, he just grabbed a hold of his tights and kneed him right where it would do the most good, right in the lower abdomen area, and now he's going to work on it. Patera was having some fun up to that point, and then Powers showed him something, and now he's saying, take a hike. As he just eliminated Jimmy in a hurry.
Powers had a few seconds. Patera sensed it. He said goodbye, and now I think he's going to join him.
He's going out after him. He's going to punish him out there. Going to punish the youngster. Referee's counting. Look out. Wow.
Relentless, Gorilla, relentless.
That's where your career can end in a hurry out there on the arena floor. You're not prepared for that mentally or physically. There's no way you can prepare for that. Because on top of that, whatever it is that they're covering this Meadowlands Arena floor with, some kind of a home assault, which has no give to it whatsoever, is ice. Patera now going to bring him back in the hard way or just punish him some more as he drapes him over that top rope. Now he's inside and Jimmy's outside, and Ken's got a big smile on his face. Quite the contrary is Jim Powers, who is suffering at the hands of the Olympian.
Mr. Patera, let's not forget, is a marked man by one Andre the Giant.
Well, I think it's just a question of time until Andre catches up to him.
He and John Studd
Did a number.
Instrumental in giving Mr. Andre a tonsorial, a.k.a. haircut.
Well, that was despicable, disgusting, was not a part of the world of professional wrestling. Not only did these individuals get fined heavily, they're going to have to pay the brunt of the payback.
Oh, and Andre said anytime he can get the opportunity, Gorilla, payback is going to be.
It's going to come. Look at this, is completely unnecessary here as Patera choking out young Jimmy Powers. He doesn't have to do that to beat this youngster. Doesn't have to punish the individual. Dick Worley saying you're but just about on your way out, pal.
Powers trying to get back up on his feet.
Patera showing a clenched fist to referee Dick Worley, but that would be a big mistake.
Mr. Patera seems to be concentrating a lot of his efforts on the back area, the shoulder area, the neck area. Look at this, Gorilla.
Look at the power here. Scoop slam, and he just threw him out like yesterday's newspaper.
It's like a sack, just like a sack.
Patera, big elbow right down across the chest and chin area. Down for the count. He doesn't want to pin him. He scooped him up.
He could have had him.
Yeah, absolutely.
He could have had him.
He's not done punishing him yet. Suplex coming up. Wow, he picked him up with such ease. Oh, look how long he held him up there.
This is torture for Mr. Powers.
Yes, it is.
But
Well,
Mr.
you
Powers,
want to sign the contract,
Exactly.
you got to pay.
Mr. Powers wants to be a wrestler. He's getting his education.
Well, he's learning a lot at the same time, Howie. Shoulder first into that second turnbuckle. And that hurt young Jimmy bad. Look at this.
There it is.
There it is, the full Nelson. And there's a swing with it. It's trouble time. Serious trouble. Referee's got to get right in there. You can't leave this on too long. Don't wait, Dick. Worley calling for the bell wisely and quickly.
Once Kenny applies this, Gorilla, it's awful difficult for him to break it.
Well, those fingers get intertwined there and locked, and with that spinning motion, it even tightens it up more. Sometimes he needs help to get out of it. But Worley doing a good job there and breaking that.
A swinging neck breaker. Another victory for Ken Patera.
Let's go back and take a look here as how Patera just slapped that thing on. Look at this. How he cinched it up, picked him right up off the floor. Once he starts to swing with it, this is the dangerous point of this hole, because it's all that body weight hanging, all that power sinking down and just crushing the cervical vertebrae of this youngster, who is still face down on the mat.
Truly a master of the full Nelson, Ken Patera. Is there any defense whatsoever, Jesse, for the full Nelson?
Well, for every move in wrestling, there's a counter move. But the key to Ken Patera's full Nelson is he's not going to apply it until he has the man disoriented, dizzy, and ready to be beaten. So I can honestly say that possibly with Ken Patera's full Nelson, there may not be a defense for it.
Coming up, another one of the fine managers in the world of professional wrestling, Bobby the Brain Heenan. He's going up against SD Special Delivery Jones. Should be a very, very interesting match with Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Oh, most definitely SD Jones is going to be after Mr. Heenan, but he's got the name The Brain.
That's
You
right.
didn't get that for nothing, Jack.
Bobby the Brain Heenan and SD Special Delivery Jones with all the action right after this commercial timeout. This week we saw luscious Johnny Valiant, one of the fine managers in the world of professional wrestling, in action in the ring. Right now, we're going to see Bobby the Brain Heenan, who claims to be the #1 professional manager in wrestling.
Well, Bobby Heenan might be just that, but SD Jones may have something to say about whether Bobby Heenan's #1 in wrestling. Let's find out, Jack.
We're going to pick up the match in progress. Bobby the Brain Heenan and SD Special Delivery Jones.
Now where he can possibly get a victory. And slithering like the snake that he is Heenan as he backs up into that corner, saying, give me a break, S. SD doesn't want to hear the referee. Blatant chokehold right in front of Gilberto Roman. As now back to that. No, I thought he was going to get my headbutt. Golden opportunity there, S, for you. Don't let up on this guy. Trying to get some hair out of him, it looks like, Howard. Maybe if we had a scissors here, we could give it to him. We could give Heenan a haircut.
Well, that's what SD is looking at.
SD now ramming ahead of Bobby the Brain into that top turnbuckle, trying to put the lights out for him. Big left hand. He is a southpaw. Wow, rake of the eyes. Stopped SD cold in his tracks.
Don't sell Bobby Heenan short by no stretch of the imagination, Gorilla.
Very experienced individual inside that square circle.
Well, when the going gets tough, the tough get going, and Bobby Heenan is a very competent wrestler.
Absolutely. We said at the outset, we said that earlier on this week, and this guy is someone to be reckoned with in the World Wrestling Federation or anywhere in professional sports today. SD, the chant going out. The electricity is building here in the Meadowlands Arena. It's electrifying. I can feel it.
Well, if Heenan doesn't have a pair of scissors, he'll use his fingers for his hair cutting.
Not going to get much out of it.
No, sir.
He's trying, though. Where's the count, Gilberto? That's an illegal maneuver.
Bobby Heenan, as I was mentioning, has taken the WWF from a managerial standpoint fairly much by storm. Big John Studd, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, Playboy Buddy Rose, Ken Patera, 4 top individuals signed by Mr. Heenan in a matter of months.
What a shot by SD, and you're absolutely right, Howard. This guy's built his stable in a hurry.
He calls it the family.
Well, he tried to get a pinfall on SD, and SD just shot him off and almost put him into the 3rd row.
And as you can see, he has a 5th member of the wrestling stable, Bobby Heenan.
Bobby Heenan, of course.
I think that's advantageous, don't you, Gorilla? If a manager, not only with brains, can have brawn and wrestle, put the tights on occasion?
Sure, there's no question. That makes you triply effective. Oh, spat on SD. Can't believe he did that. Disgusting. Can't tell what he's saying, but it's certainly something derogatory. You can bet on that. SD has taken some punishment here in the last several minutes, but don't count him out by a long shot. Double shot. Chop to the throat. Sends a big guy down to the canvas, but not for long, I'm sure.
Oh, Heenan will deny everything. The referee wants to know, is it legal? Is it open? Is it legitimate? Sure, Bobby Heenan says, no doubt. We know better than that.
You just look. You don't ask because you're never going to get a straight answer.
Exactly.
SD now with a side headlock. In for the ride. Dropped down by Heenan. SD shoulder block sends Heenan flying right into the 2nd turnbuckle. Head first, and down he goes as both men collided heavily.
Well, Heenan had the advantage when Jones went down, but the momentum of SD and Heenan colliding made Heenan hit that middle
took that
turnbuckle.
shot hard.
Yes, sir.
Heenan now grasping for everything possible, using the ring ropes here to get himself around. I don't know what Gilberto's counting now. Heenan a little bit cobwebby, as is SD. Neither one of them got it all together. SD, look at this. He's into something.
Transcendental meditation?
I don't know. Maybe a spy for Mr. Fuji. I don't know. We'll have to check that out. He may be the additional salt carrier.
That could say Hulkamania in Japanese on a headband. You never know.
Oh, who knows? He looked like he was in another dimension to me, Howard. Caught in the twilight zone somewhere. Reverse chin lock now by the Brain. Continuing to administer punishment to Special Delivery, who doesn't look like he could get something delivered, especially at this point in time. He's down, but he's not out. Heenan surprised me, and many, many respects, and one of them is conditioning, because I know what this guy has to go through as a manager, traveling-wise, to scout the individuals that his men are wrestling.
Not only does he scout, he has to get the bookings for the wrestlers. He handles a lot of their travel itineraries as well. I wouldn't be surprised if in the gym maybe once, twice, 3 times a week, he gets Orndorff, Stud, Patera, Buddy Rose, etc., and puts them through Bobby Heenan's conditioning program.
Maybe so. SD coming to life. Couple of big elbows. Oh, handful of hair. Took him back down to the canvas. Don't ask him, ref. If you saw it, break the hold. If you didn't, take a hike.
Heenan will never admit it.
SD, boy, mustered something, pulled something down from inside and got to his feet and got out of that. But Heenan, the cleverness on his part from the blind side, just yanked him down with a handful of hair. You know, if I was a referee, Howard, you know, whether I saw it or not, if I think in my own mind that this guy did something deep, I'm going to break the hold.
Without question, without question.
Even if I didn't see it.
It doesn't pay to ask. If you see it and you know it's there, break it.
SD coming to his feet once more. Heenan with that reverse chin lock, applying pressure now. He tucks that right hand in a little bit more. This can turn into a half of a sleeper here. Looks like it is at this point.
SD looks like no, sir.
Oh, he got it up there. 3 times and out when you raise those arms up. SD, get the quivers going. Get to your feet, S, and let's do it. Bear hug, picks him up and drops him with a front atomic drop. Welcome to the real world, Bobby the Brain.
But SD is not really ready to mount an attack yet. He's still feeling that chin lock.
He's hurt.
And this would be the perfect time to seize an opportunity, but SD is...
Can't do it.
No, and it looks like Heenan's going to be the first one to recover.
Oh, he got caught. Tried to drop an elbow. SD caught him with a headbutt and another one. Headbutt is obviously SD's most effective maneuver. Unfortunately, he doesn't do it often enough for my money.
Well, one of the things about SD Jones is he lacks the initiative to follow through.
Aggressiveness, he doesn't have it. That didn't hurt. That's the wrong thing to do, Bobby.
That's going to get SD.
Look at this. SD just maneuvered the turnbuckle pad out of the way so that nothing except a steel bar was exposed. And now SD said, you want to get it on, baby? Let's do it.
There he goes.
SD with a big lefts, 2 of them, and another. Bobby the Brain into the corner. Look at, he's draped upside down. Give it to him, S. Don't wait. Don't give him a chance to get out of there. Right in the lower abdomen as down goes the Brain. SD in control. The pendulum once more has made the swing. There's that headbutt we want to see.
He didn't feel that one.
Fans loving it. Off the ropes is SD. Wow, he got him over. He went for a sunset flip. Heenan tried to block it, but SD turned him around with it. SD got caught on that particular maneuver. It didn't work out to his advantage. SD now for the ride. Ducks that big roundhouse. Look out, high cross body. No, the momentum took him over. 1, 2, he got him.
He sure did. The flying body press was just a little bit too much. SD Jones had it. He seized the opportunity, and bingo, after the body press, the momentum shifted. Heenan seized it. 1, 2, 3. A very lucky win for Bobby Heenan.
Heenan knew exactly what he was doing. Let's go back in time just a few moments and take a look. SD in the upper hand here, control. Look at how he just ducked under that big double right. Now watch this. High cross body. Down he goes, but look at where Heenan's hands are. He kept the momentum going, rolled right over, was in a position to hook the leg, and got the victory.
Bobby the Brain Heenan. Boy, not only is he sharp outside the ring, but in the ring as well with that victory over SD Special Delivery Jones.
Well, I told you, Bobby Heenan don't have the name Brain for nothing. It ain't just for good looks. It ain't because he's smart on contracts. Bobby Heenan can also wrestle when he has to.
You know what I can't understand, though, Jess, is that with all the talent that Bobby Heenan is managing, why does he want to get into the ring, in the square circle of the ring, and take on the likes of an SD Special Delivery Jones?
I think probably because Bobby Heenan maybe has something to prove to the people, that he indeed can wrestle.
And maybe, just maybe, the money, the cash, is on the table.
I don't think that has anything to do with it. He's making plenty.
Coming up, we're going...
She just wants to be taller, that's all.
Well, maybe over anxious as well. She's really determined to help her comrade in there.
Desiree's taking a lot of punishment here. Got to start mounting some kind of an offense, or at least make it to her corner. Tried to whip an arm out of there, but Penny held right on. As these girls, they can show you every hold there is. 1 foot in now by Peggy. Here she comes. And here comes Velvet. Velvet being put out as Peggy went out on her own. We're going to separate some fingers here. I'm sure we're going to have a late lunch. She's saying, look, I got all 4 fingers. That's legal.
But it's not legal is what she's doing now.
She's splitting them now. She just said, I got all 4.
She's trying to make it 3 or 2.
Trying to make a wish.
Really?
That's painful. Very painful.
She could dislocate a finger in no time flat.
You could tear those fingers right apart and tear that flesh right down the middle. I've seen it happen on numerous occasions. Handful of hair brings Desiree to her feet, who needs to be on the outside desperately. Raises a knee at the last moment, just a glancing blow.
She has to tag. She has to tag. She's in no condition right now.
Penny's still got the upper hand here. Aren't too much behind those blows by Desiree.
I think it's more instinct than...
Look at this blatant chokehold. Velvet right down the line to... Peggy from the outside with a handful of hair. Right in the solar plex. Desiree for the ride. Ducked underneath that one. High crossbody. Could get her here. No. Close, but no cigar. There's the tag.
And you're going to see a fired-up Irishman right now.
There she goes. Attacking. Penny into the ropes. Nice single leg drop kick. Velvet whips her in once more, and another boot right underneath the chin.
The Irish has been ruffled, Gorilla.
Boy, she waited a long time to get in there, but now she's exploded. Reverse leg kick. Just wiped her right out. Mitchell in serious trouble here. Oh. One split second too late, and down she went, but not for long.
Well, that put a screeching halt to her express.
Penny Mitchell caught her coming in full force with that short right. Looked like it was right underneath the chin, and down she went. Now the tag is made, and Peggy's in to administer more punishment. Hair whip. That's illegal, and another one. Come on, Dick. Make her break the hold, and another one. Now blatant choke right down in front. Referee counting, but the hold is broken in plenty of time. When she plants that boot on you, you know it.
Thus far, the
announced her at what weight, Howard? 170?
Close to the 165 pound.
Close to 200 in my book.
Well,
nice maneuver coming over to make the tag. I don't know how good a shape Desiree's in. Seems to be all right. Forearm smash. Penny whipped across. Single leg drop kick. Big slam. Wow, drove her down into the canvas, down for the cutter. Won't get her. Both arms were underneath. She was able to kick out relatively easy. Mitchell now once again whipped in, goes for the backdrop, and gets it. Well, she's on the warpath. She was on the receiving end for a long enough time. Pulling out all the stops here, lefts and rights. Tag made. In comes Big Peg.
You notice that Penny Mitchell was not letting go. The tag was made. She held on to Desiree for that extra advantage when Peggy came in.
Well, that shows you that they've been working together.
Well, they obviously have, and I would say right now the Patterson-Mitchell team
2 count.
Could be on the threshold.
Desiree looking to make it back into the corner. Look at Velvet. She's up on that bottom rope again.
Not quite, Gorilla.
Wow. Youngsters really enjoying it. Everyone enjoying the sport of professional wrestling is being brought to you by the World Wrestling Federation. In the wrong corner now is Desiree Peterson. Velvet coming in, can't stand it anymore. Dick Kroll right on her case, and now a double team effort going on as Desiree's taking punishment. Doesn't take too much it is for the title to change hands.
Velvet's temper could be the ultimate downfall of the team. Her temper is getting the best of her. She can't take it. She runs in. The referee has diverted. He puts her back. That gives Mitchell and Patterson every opportunity to make it worse for Desiree Peterson.
She's making her partner suffer.
Exactly.
If you're going to come in and you know, have the referee just put you back out, you might as well stay out. If you're going to come in and unload on somebody and then get out. You've got a 5 count to do that. Another tag made as Desiree still in the wrong corner of the ring. Frequent tags now. Look at this. Stepping on her fingers. What a dirty thing to do.
As if her fingers haven't been destroyed already by Penny Mitchell.
Now she's grinding them down into the mat. This Penny is a very sadistic individual, it appears to me. I don't know her personally, but she certainly seems to have sadistic tendencies, Howard.
Well, Desiree's trying to get back at Penny. To no avail right now. One thing I noticed, Gorilla, that Mitchell and Patterson are doing, they're keeping Desiree pretty much to their corner.
Well, that's the key.
That certainly is the key, and it's making it work for them.
Another quick tag made. Now look at how Big Peg is distracting the referee so that her partner can do some devious things from the outside. Desiree, you got to get over this way, my dear, or you're going to be in serious trouble. Set up for a drop kick, no shoulder block. Nobody there. Penny Mitchell down heavy. There's a tag made. There comes Velvet, House of Fire, monkey flip. Peg, look at the look on her face. And another big monkey flip. As Velvet McIntyre's on fire. Tag made, I'll help you in. Beautiful maneuver as she brings her in the hard way, double knee lift.
Velvet McIntyre is a one-woman wrecking crew right now, Gorilla.
Big Beal coming up. Penny across. Reverse body scissors, she's gonna get her. I love it. She didn't get her. Dick Kroll stuffed it. Count. I don't understand that. The shoulders were down there. Reversal. Sunset flip. How about it? She got her.
There is what you call teamwork, and there is why Velvet McIntyre and Desiree Peterson still reign successfully.
Let's go back, Howie, and just take a look at that.
Once more, as there was so much action going on. Look at this one over here. Reverse body scissors. Takes over Penny. She's got her down there. The momentum is there, but what broke this count was Big Peg coming over, planning to boot in there. But it was to no avail. As the champions go on to victory.
Velvet McIntyre, boy, oh boy, you talk about excitement. They really come on strong with it, the ladies.
Oh, most definitely. Ladies tag team wrestling is full of excitement. But now there's something else coming up that's going to be full of excitement. And that's a good friend of Jesse the Body's, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff.
The self-proclaimed Mr. Wonderful. His opponent, the Junkyard Dog, JYD.
You know, I'll say this about the Junkyard Dog. If brains were dynamite, he couldn't blow his nose.
If brains were dynamite, he couldn't blow his nose.
That's right.
Well, we'll see about blowing his nose and what else is going to happen when he gets in the ring against Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. JYD, the Junkyard Dog, against Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. And boy, Jesse has been sitting here. He can hardly wait.
Well, I'll tell you why. Number one, all the people out there getting a chance to see what would be a main event anywhere in the world today. Now, this is probably an even matchup. I'll grant you that. The Junkyard Dog versus Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. But bear in mind, Bobby the Brain Heenan will be there.
All right, we're going to pick up the action already in progress. JYD and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Now he slips underneath, looking to power out to a standing wrist lock of his own. Test the strength here, as neither man has a decided advantage at this point. If the dog goes down to that left knee, Paul will have the power advantage, but no, dog's coming up now. Listen to the crowd come up as well. Dog takes him back, down, around, and into that side headlock once more.
Tremendous strength. Bobby Heenan not happy about the turn of events. He's claiming that the dog pulled Orndorff's hair. Fat chance, Mr. Heenan.
The referee, Dick Worley, keeping a close eye on the brain.
He's
there
right
goes the dog off. Down in front, but look how quick he came around. Shoulder block. One of his favorite moves. Back into the side headlock. Boy, the dog has got that shoulder block patting down. Boy, he catches you in that corner with it. It's goodbye. Curtain time.
Devastating.
Cinching up now. He's got that wrist cocked, which gives him that little extra. Look at Orndorff now, stepping over the top rope, doing anything to break the hold. Dog's not going to break this. As far as I can see, Orndorff's out now. He's got to break it. Got to break it or bring him back in, one of the two. Oh, he's going to bring him back in. Dragged him right back over the top rope.
He's kind of stuck.
Referee's counting him. He's going to have to break it. Wow.
Boy, Heenan is upset.
Orndorff came down hard as his toes were tacked onto that top rope. And now a little consultation as well as a little soothing of the nerves.
Oh, give me a break, Gorilla. Meanwhile, Dick Worley's counting, and if Paul Orndorff doesn't watch himself, he might be counted out.
I'm sure the dog doesn't want to win that way. He wants to prove to the wrestling world that he is the superior man, and he wants to do it right inside those ring ropes. Orndorff's strategy not working at this point. Tied up once more, back into the ropes is the dog. Referee calling for the break here. Ah, what a knee. Oh, big right hand by Orndorff. Starting to unload the heavy artillery now on the dog. Look at the look.
5 in a row,
That was right in the throat. Heenan happy. Likes what he's seeing now. Wasn't too happy a moment ago. Look at Orndorff. Is he happy with himself?
It's hard to be humble for him, huh?
When you're great, it's hard.
Yes, sir.
That's the wrong thing to do.
If he thinks that the Junkyard Dog is feeling any iota of that turnbuckle pad, he is going to be sadly mistaken.
There's the block, and the table's turned, and Orndorff just went cross-eyed on that one. He doesn't know where he is right now. Go get him, dog. Full force behind that one as he drove him into that top turnbuckle. Snapmare takes him over. He wants him up now. He's going to give him that dog butt. Here it comes. Wow. And another one. He drove him right outside the ring.
Orndorff says timeout. Bobby Heenan once again protesting vehemently. I guess he's claiming it's an illegal move.
Absolutely nothing illegal about that.
No.
Complain all you like.
Orndorff does look like he has realized finally that he is in a battle. Cocky, confident.
Battle of his career, possibly here.
Yes, sir. Cocky and confident at the outset. Perhaps worried now and frustrated.
When you're an outstanding athlete, you can rely on a lot of things. And I'm sure Orndorff has got a bushel of them. And the dog is thinking constantly in there. And that's the key to success. Oh, look at the straight move by Orndorff. Side suplexed him from a side headlock, and that's 270 pounds or so going over with that, and there's no way you have any momentum going for you there. Foreign object just thrown into the ring by a fan, which is a big mistake because Orndorff picked it up and used it. Folks, you just don't do that. Being admonished now by referee Dick Worley, but Paul is saying, give me a break.
I didn't do a thing.
Knee right to the back of the neck of the dog. Sends him down to the canvas, and he's hurt. Wow, right on the chin.
The dog could be right for the picking right now, Gorilla.
Instructions being shouted from outside by Bobby the Brain. Look at this, elbow right to the throat. Dog's in a lot of trouble. Won't get him that way. Nonchalant cover there by Mr. Wonderful.
Did not hook the leg.
Can't beat a guy with the caliber of talent of the dog with that kind of a maneuver. Reverse chin lock now with a knee being forced into the back of the neck of the dog, and this will take its toll. Look at how those fingers are interlaced for that additional power. And the chant goes up, and the crowd comes to life here in this jam-packed Meadowlands Arena, as this is what it's all about in pro wrestling. The World Wrestling Federation brings you the best, and the fans just love it. Worley right on top of the situation, asking the dog if he wants to submit. Highly unlikely.
I would seriously doubt it. Junkyard Dog has more resiliency than we'll ever know.
Absolutely. Got to come around, dog. You got to turn in or turn out or sit out and get to your feet. Because this Orndorff will do a number on you if you give him a chance. Takes him down to the canvas. Now that's a choke. Got that thumb right in the throat, Dick. He sees it now. But too much time gone by there. Too much damage done.
And Orndorff takes advantage of the count right to the very last second.
Dog coming up now. Got to his knees. Trying to make a power maneuver here. As Orndorff locked into the traps on the left side of the dog, but the dog's on his feet. Big plus for him. Show me some power, dog. Power out of this thing. Look at this. Look at the power being displayed here by the dog. Picks that left arm of Orndorff right on both of them, and a headbutt to the stomach. But the dog's hurt. Nice knee lift by Orndorff.
Orndorff still has a lot left in him, as does the dog. Bobby Heenan seems to be quite happy.
Very pleased. Once again, nonchalant cover. Oh, now he's going to tell the referee how to do his job.
Oh, Bobby Heenan was voted Manager of the Year on 4 separate occasions.
Well, tonight won't be one of them.
No, I don't think so.
Off the second turnbuckle, down onto the back of the neck of the dog, and once again, he's in trouble. You won't get him that way, Paul. Sorry. Complaining to the referee. You didn't do the proper maneuver, my friend, to get the victory. You're the one at fault, not the referee. Dog in serious trouble. Orndorff very methodical. Oh, thumb right to the throat, blinded out by the body of the dog. Referee to the blind side. Another elbow right on the throat. No way, forget it.
He is not following
Can't believe
through.
he's doing that.
And Heenan assailing the virtues of the referee in reverse. Can't you count? I think the referee is quite confident in this count.
Back again on the second turnbuckle from the inside. He got caught with a right hand as he was coming down. Full momentum right on the jaw, maybe the throat. Wow, it was in the throat, obviously. He can't seem to get any breath. Can't seem to get any oxygen, but he's still coming. No! The dog with the right hand caught him once more. The dog coming to life. A left. Orndorff right there now once more exchanging blows. Snap there by the dog. Look out!
Oh,
he wasn't there. Desperation move on the part of Orndorff as he was snapped over. Dog set him up what I thought was very nicely. But Orndorff, with that resiliency, right back on top of the situation.
this could be it.
No way. No way. No way. I'm sorry, Paul. You're not going to beat this guy like that. He's getting disgusted, Orndorff is.
The more disgusted he's getting, the more aggressive he's getting, Gorilla.
Well, he's getting aggressive, but he's using the wrong maneuver. He's putting the boots to the head of the dog. That's not going to hurt him. Pile driver maybe coming up. He's got him up there. Yes, he gave it to him.
Finishing maneuver.
Well, it works on a lot of guys. Whether it work on the dog, I don't know. The dog just rolled right out.
Well, that will save him from being pinned for the time being.
Hard out onto the arena ice. Orndorff very pleased with himself. The dog obviously hurt, but even though the dog has a very hard head, Howard, as everyone is well aware of, the damage to the neck is what counts on that pile driver.
Absolutely.
We'll have to see how much of a toll that took. Orndorff not waiting. He wants to go out after him. Worley saying no. Stay in the ring. That's the right maneuver right there.
Dick Worley is right on the ball.
Dog has not gotten up yet. Well, Orndorff went out the opposite side now, so he doesn't have to contend with the referee. Sort of nonchalantly going around there. The dog is still down from Arvin. There he is. Orndorff picks him up bodily. What's he going to do? Slam him? Oh, no. Slams him down hard onto the ice-covered floor here at the Meadowlands Arena. Orndorff probably will get back into the ring and let the referee count out the very seriously injured dog at this point.
Well, if Orndorff wants to get a win, that's a smart thing to do. Just stay in the ring, and it should be easy for the 10 or 20 count, whatever it may be.
He just shook hands with the brain, figuring that this match is over. But look at the doggedness.
Look at the determination on the dog.
Wow, he's coming back. He's
Never
trying with
say
everything
die.
he's got to get back inside that ring. Orndorff all the way across with a big boot. Once again, sends him down to the arena floor.
And as you mentioned on that homicide covering the ice, that is not a soft fall.
It's just like being outside on the parking lot.
Exactly.
In the concrete. Orndorff thrilled with himself.
So is Bobby Heenan.
Let's get a shot. Look at the posing here. Let's get a shot, if we can, of the dog, see what kind of shape he's in. There he is. He's still coming back. You got to love this guy. Orndorff right back over on top of the situation. Dick Worley got to keep him back there, give this guy a chance to get back into the ring. Trying to come back is the dog, but Orndorff right on top of the situation, not giving him that chance. Grabs him by the ears. Gonna try to slam him back in. Yes, he does. And the dog takes him right over. He got him.
He got him.
With an unbelievable 3 count. I can't believe it.
That is a tremendous, tremendous surprise.
The dog small packaged him from that slam. What a maneuver.
To think that the whole match was Paul Orndorff, the split second coming over, the 3 count.
Fans on their feet, and look at Orndorff. He's in great shape. Not even hurt. The dog is down inside the ring in extremely bad shape, but had the foresight and the momentum to slap on that small package. Let's go back in time just a moment. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go back. Let's stay with the live action. As Orndorff attacking. He's not finished by a long shot, boys. He's been out of shape, but the dog is still hurt.
Upset, frustrated, Paul Orndorff taking it all out on the dog, and he is not done yet.
Down goes the dog, and right out after him goes Mr. Wonderful. Stay with this. This is not over by a long shot. Look out, not the post. He ran face first. The junkyard dog right into the steel post. Was not head first, Howard. It was face first.
Boy, the junkyard dog.
If that didn't bust him wide open, I would be very surprised, because that ring steel post does not move, ladies and gentlemen. It is solid.
And Heenan and Orndorff think that they've won, that they've got their revenge.
The brain raising a hand, but he's not done yet. Let's stay with this
look
action.
at this. He decked Dick Worley.
Dick Worley got in away and was given a shot.
And yes, the junkyard dog has been busted open by Paul Orndorff. You were right.
Look at that. Orndorff throws him back into the ring now with a steel chair. Give me a break.
This is far from over. Look at the junkyard dog.
Orndorff going back into the ring with a steel chair. Referee Dick Worley. Oh, did you hear that?
Good night.
Did you hear that?
Thump.
Junkyard dog could be in serious, serious trouble here, as he was just decked by that steel chair. Orndorff still on top of him. Dick Worley trying to get him out of there. We may need some assistance, not only to get the dog out, but to get Mr. Wonderful out.
Paul Orndorff is definitely setting himself up for a suspension, a fine, you name it.
He's already been fined. I've got news for him. But I'm concerned right now with the junkyard dog, who is still...
He is motionless.
Face down in the center of the ring. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of movement.
The dog is motionless. I don't think the junkyard dog knows where he is right now.
He's trying to regain something. He's trying to get to his knees here at least. Dick Worley right on top of the doctor. We got to get the doctor in there. Take a look at this guy. Worley motioning for some help from the dressing room area. Doctor trying to roll the dog over. Fat chance if he doesn't want to go, Doc.
Oh, the dog doesn't want it.
Doesn't want to see the doctor. Wow, I can see globs of
Here
blood.
comes some assistants into the ring. We have
Got some
Jose Luis
youngsters.
Rivera, George Wells, Jim Powers. They're all coming in to aid their fallen comrade.
What a dastardly maneuver, unsportsmanlike by Mr. Wonderful, and believe me, that name does not suit him whatsoever, as he just pummeled, literally, the dog into this bloody condition that he's in right now, rammed him into that steel post, and then that wasn't enough. Had to take a steel chair from ringside and literally ran across the ring with it, Howard, and jammed him right in the face.
Now, how in the world can you tell me that Paul Orndorff is Mr. Wonderful with tactics like that? There's no room for that in professional wrestling, Jesse.
Do you want to know something, Jack, what really perturbed me, that made me sick about what happened out there, truly deep inside
Yes,
Jesse the Body's heart?
yes, tell me.
Gorilla Monsoon's biased reporting. That's what bothers me out there. Monsoon sits out there, he picks out a favorite, and that favorite can't do no wrong.
But Orndorff had absolutely no cause to fight after the match was over.
That's his business.
The junkyard dog beat him.
It bothers me the way Monsoon is so biased, him and that little worm Finkel. They're biased.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming up, a special Piper's Pit. Stand by.
We'll enjoy this.
Piper's Pit, featuring the one and only Rowdy Roddy Piper, Salvatore Bellomo, and audience participation.
You know what I like about the Roddy Piper and his pit? He always shows the most respect for his guests. He's always well-controlled and well-mannered at all times, Rowdy Roddy Piper.
What show have you been watching?
That's the way I see it.
All right, we are going to join Rowdy Roddy Piper, along with the audience and Salvatore Bellomo, in progress.
These people have a right to be here. This is a free country. Maybe for you it's free. That ain't nothing. If your baseball teams could do that well, maybe you should be playing for them. But that's why you folks are there sitting and listening to me. Because you really can't do nothing but sit and listen. But just in case there's somebody out there who can, I have asked to speak to one lady and one man. They told me to find a good-looking woman in New Jersey. I mean, I know I'm Roddy Piper, but come on, man. That wasn't very easy, but anyway, I wanted to talk to two people from New Jersey first while the junkyard dog's powdering his nose. So whoever you have received from me, I'd like... I don't come from New Jersey. Have a seat. This here, incidentally, this here is my bodyguard. His name is Ace. Your name is what?
Jack Baker. Jack Baker.
And where are you from?
Marshtown, New Jersey.
Where were you born?
Marshtown, New Jersey.
Why on earth would you stay in a place? Have you ever drove from Woodbridge, New Jersey to Newark Airport and smelled that factory halfway between? You don't have to grab it, I hold it.
I've driven there. I've never drove there.
I've driven there, you've never drove there. That's the difference between you and me. You see, I just hire people to spell for me. If I could give you a one-way ticket, I'm serious right now. As soon as you leave this ring, I'll set it up, give you cash. One-way ticket, Hawaii, Beirut, any place you want to go. I don't care where it is. You can have a one-way ticket. You can go and stay. Would you take it?
No.
Thank you. Obviously comes from New Jersey now. ladies of New Jersey. For the ignorant people that are throwing things from New Jersey, if you do not have enough respect for yourself, please have enough respect for the lady, man. What's your name?
Rosemary Mira.
Rosemary. Are you from New Jersey?
No, unfortunately, I'm from Westchester.
You see, that proved my point. I said, I'm trying to find a pretty lady from New Jersey, and I couldn't do it. And here, I have a pretty lady, and where does she say she's from? Westchester. It proved my point. Tell me something. You can touch me if you want to. Who, including myself, this is my bodyguard Ace here, including myself, who out of everybody, including myself, you can count me in, is your favorite wrestler of all time?
Hulk Hogan.
If the Junkyard Dog is finished powdering his nose and getting over those tiny little injuries, the Junkyard Dog was the one who... is the Junkyard Dog from New Jersey, perchance? He looks like he's from New Jersey. I've seen the projects. If they will, and the Junkyard Dog has enough guts to, I would like the Junkyard Dog to come on down here and show all the intelligence he's had from New Jersey.
There's the music. We're awaiting the dog. Where is he? Let's take a look at him.
That doesn't look like the Junkyard Dog to me.
Salvatore Paloma, where's he going?
I don't understand this.
Salvatore obviously has something to say here.
What the hell are you doing here? I'm looking for the Junkyard Dog. I wasn't looking for a pizza. I was looking for the Junkyard Dog, man. What are you doing? No, what are you doing?
Junkyard Dog is hurt and he can't make it a spit, and I'm making for him.
The Junkyard Dog is hurt and he cannot make it. Are you his messenger? Are you his messenger?
He's my friend and he's hurt and I can't tell you what happened.
I'd say chicken, I'd say coward. Wait, he's your friend? You're not the same color? What are you talking about? I don't give a damn. If you're his friend, then come on here and have a seat. Come here. If you're his friend and you say he's hurt, then I want you to sit here and have a... This is my bodyguard, Ace. You don't have to worry about it. Ace only attacks if I tell him to. You go ahead and have a seat. Don't worry about it. I know you, Sal. I know you. Have a seat. You can trust me, man. I'll sit down first. What is wrong with the Junkyard Dog?
Junkyard Dog get hurt and he said to me,
Wait a second, you dumb wop. I know he's hurt. That's the first thing, man. So he's hurt.
don't call me dumb wop because you're gonna get you.
Oh, you're gonna beat me up? That's my bodyguard.
You need two people. People to get gonna wop.
You think I need two people for you? Just wonderfulness, wonderfulness. How are you? I'm glad you. This way, Sal. As soon as you're finished with Domino's over there, just relax, just relax. This guy here is telling me I'm supposed to interview the junkyard dog. Let me show you. Let me show you something. Just, you know, just so they don't get cluttered. I was supposed to interview the junkyard dog, but all of a sudden, he got no guts no more. This guy here is telling me that the junkyard dog can't come down here because he's hurt.
I really feel sorry for the junkyard dog. You know something, Roddy? How you doing, Ace? You know, here we are talking about a junkyard dog. Well, he don't look too bad to me, does he to you?
I saw your match.
Well, thank you. You know something? We got a man, junkyard dog, who tells everybody that he's born and raised in the ghetto. And he gets a little bitty scratch on his forehead. And what does he do? Like any normal dog would do, what did he do? He tucked his tail between his legs and he ran like a no good, dirty, greasy, yellow dog.
I think we should have a point here though. But he sent Salvatore here, good old Sal, as the messenger, huh? All of a sudden you want to be the messenger. Wait, whoa. Okay, wait a second. Wait, stop. Come here. Stop. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. No hard feelings, no nothing. If it was too much,
Look out, Salvatore. Salvatore best bail out of there. He's in a lot of trouble.
Hey,
Sal. Look out, the dog is coming. The dog is coming with the chain. Look out, he's going to clean house. Piper's gone over the top rope. Orndorff's still in there. Junkyard dog, wrapped up and still bleeding, came out here and cleaned house. Holy mackerel, he came out of nowhere. Everybody heading for higher ground as the dog is on the warpath.
Boy, when Salvatore Bellomo needed help.
Junkyard dog obviously in the dressing room being stitched up, not able to make this pit when he found out his friend was in trouble. Here he comes 100 miles an hour. You can still see the blood oozing through the bandages as the junkyard dog clears out the ring of Orton and Mr. Wonderful and Ace. Piper's pit is a shambles. Chairs in the ring, the bell is in the ring, and there goes the dog. Doesn't have to take a back seat to anybody.
No, sir, Gorilla.
That's class personified.
Boy, what a confrontation, huh? My goodness, junkyard dog coming to the rescue of Salvatore Bellomo. I'll tell you, Roddy Piper did not make any friends with some of the statements that he had to make in that ring.
Let me tell you something. What do you hear from Monsoon again? That's class personified. About the junkyard dog. In my opinion, you know what should have happened? The police should have walked in, handcuffed the junkyard dog, and taken him to the Hooskow for the night, to jail.
Why is that?
Why?
Yes,
he comes in with a chain.
Oh, well.
A chain is a weapon.
That's part of his makeup.
Mr. Wonderful beat the man, body to body. Not with chains, not with knives. What else for the junkyard dog? To me, he's just what they said. The man's a coward.
But Mr. Wonderful did not win the match. You saw it, wrestling fans. It was Junkyard Dog. We'll be back with more about next week's show right after this time.
Should have gone to jail.
Gone on this edition of Primetime Wrestling. But before we leave you, I'd like to remind you about the other great shows here on the USA Cable Network. Tuesday Night Titans, now seen on Friday nights at 8 o'clock, right here on the USA Cable Network. And All-American Wrestling, also Sundays at noon. Jesse, what can you say about all the exciting action?
I'll tell you what, Primetime Wrestling is what's happening. And next week, we're going to have some of the greatest matches you've ever seen. SD Special Delivery Jones versus Brutus Beefcake.
And Dr. D, David Schultz, will take on the Japanese star, Antonio Inoki.
Mike Rotundo against the Frenchman, Rene Goulet.
And the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, the combination of Dick Murdoch and Adrian Adonis, will take on the Briscoe brothers, Jack and Jerry. That should be an exciting match.
Plus, many, many more matches coming to you on Prime Time Wrestling right here on the USA Network, featuring none other than me, Jesse the Body Ventura, and Jack Reynolds.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Jesse, as always, I've enjoyed being with you on this edition of Primetime Wrestling.
You ought to. You want
and
some
until
of my
next
sweat?
week, thank you.